Hello, I'm Dr. Ryan Outwood coming to you from HealthOut Fitness here in Vancouver, BC. We're bringing health and fitness, and we're bringing them together to keep you in the game and keep you doing the things you love to do. So this month's theme has been your shoulder blade posture, in particular trying to get rid of this downwardly rotated posture of the shoulder blades where you get the winging from the bottoms. So at HealthOut, we mobilize, we stabilize, we energize. So you've mobilized and stabilized that area. And now I'm just going to show you some of the cool ways that HealthOut integrates some of those principles that you learned from the previous two videos into our energized workouts. So our energized workouts are our intense workouts. So we'll involve the lower extremity to keep our heart rates up, but we'll still be having these great postural activities involved in these movements so that you're getting great postural effects and stability for the upper body at the same time as you're getting a great workout. Notice how the loads are going to be low here. Nothing's really greater than 5 pounds per arm. So, and that allows you to not go into any of these compensating patterns. It just keeps the movements healthy for the shoulders. And at the same time, like I said, let's just have fun. We're going to be less technical today. So, I like using the low pulleys because you can use them in this 45-degree angle, which we talked about before is a great way to activate lower trapezius. And I'm going to step back a little bit on an angle as well so that when I get up into this position, I'm still having to work through the lower trapezius, but I'm not having to work so hard as this position here. This is much harder. This is easier because when I get to that most shortened position of the muscle, it's not too hard. You could do two versions of this. You could do a straight arm version, and you could do a bent arm version that's much more functional, like one of these PNF pattern style activities. Even harder, and say in a split squat or lunge format. Notice how I'm crisscrossing here. Doing the arms up as I come down makes it so that I'm using all the right muscles in and around my hips to control my hips at the bottom. Really tight through my tummy, not allowing any of this stuff to happen, neutral back, and I'm feeling the lower traps do the lifting of my arms, not my lower back. So those are fun. One of the other things we do is involve these medicine balls. The wider medicine balls are great because they allow your hands to sit more shoulder width. And so we'll do any number of activities from a split squat movement here. We're often only going up to 90 degrees like this, which keeps the shoulder in a much healthier position. Sometimes we'll go all the way over the heads, but it's usually quite slow and controlled, so we're staying away from those elevated shoulder positions where you might be adding excess compression to your neck. So those are fun. Another good thing to think about to avoid getting back into that posture is just avoiding that posture when you do activities like the push-up, for instance. A lot of people will be in their push-up position like this, or they're planking like this, and just backing up and going on the hands and knees for a second and reminding yourself what a strong upper body posture should look like. Doing just a shoulder blade plus only, where you're activating more serratus anterior now, is a great thing to kind of start with, and then being able to do that type of movement. A lot of people, just that shoulder blade protraction activity in a plank position, especially in the midst of an intense workout, typically people's heart rates stay up pretty high. It is one of those ones, it's as hard as you make it. So it can turn into be a great workout as well, just to have that type of isolated movement in a workout. And then just being able to kind of finish your push-ups with that full protraction of the shoulder blades every time, right? With good posture. Notice how my upper back didn't round forward every time I came down, and my shoulders didn't round forward like that. I really kept them in that more upward rotated position. And lastly, just hanging from the bar, you know, anytime you hang, right, right now, if I just kind of shrug myself up, you know, with pull my head up to the ceiling, and I keep my arms straight, I'm using lower trapezius to do that, and I'm also using serratus to do that to a certain extent. And so any activities where you're hanging from the bar, right, and you're pulling your knees up, for instance, you know, I'm just hanging right now, and as long as I'm not hanging and just kind of letting my shoulders come all the way up like this, as I'm doing it, I'm thinking about pulling the shoulders down away from my neck while I do some easier level ab types of exercise. Maybe I'm just pulling one knee up at a time while I'm hanging. It can be a great shoulder stability exercise after you've done some of those earlier progressions where you understand how to have the right flexibility, you understand how to activate your lower trapezius and kind of have your shoulders in the right spot. Then moving on and trying to integrate those feelings into your workouts with complicated movements is a great step to take. And then you're not having to do all those isolated activities on their own. You'd have no time left in your week if you were trying to always do really isolated activities, right? You know, in the end, you still need to want to build those feelings and those movements into more functional full body activity, which is what we do at HealthOut. So once again, thanks for tuning in, and remember, don't just work out, health out.